No, and I think what the message is that Mario's imparting here is that it is so easy for us to go out blindly and have sex.
Yeah.
But it takes an extra effort to have successful relationships because it does take a little bit of relaxing and opening your mind and allowing that person to share what they want for themselves as well as for you. But when you just have one-way sex, and there's two ways, you know what I mean. When it's just your way and their way and you're connecting at a time, you really don't have to put your mind into it. You just want to get to the act. So I do understand that. That's why I said we may joke all the time. We may sit up here and talk about things. And I'm not laughing at Lady Lips exercise. I think the part that I got out of it, no matter how much you look at her, no matter how she's dressed, I said, I got something out of this that none of the women that I've been in relationships ever shared with me. It's not one of those things, unless you get the experience where they feel comfortable. Most of the time you're passing through. There's this quiet discomfort of sharing verbally and expressing something because you can be identified in a way that's not popular. And so many times, unless you're dealing with somebody who says, I'm very open about my sexuality and what I want and what pleases me and more importantly my partner, then everything else becomes a condition where judgment and internalization takes place, and then you probably run into roadblocks. So,
yeah, because even if you're sure and confident about what you want, there are ways that work better at presenting that to other people. That can be a threatening thing to another person. Your areas of confidence can be very intimidating and threatening for men or for women. So, like I said, it's not just it's so simple as being clear what works for you.
Right.
In a couple situation, you really have to stop and, okay, what I tell people, at least take the time to consider. That's always the start.
Right.
Okay. In other words, it's hard. You can't learn in one moment how to handle anything.
Right.
But take the time to consider the other person and make an exercise of trying to imagine yourself as them. That's the simplest thing. Try to imagine yourself as your spouse getting up and what they go through every day.
Right.
What they're experiencing. Try to imagine what they're like, what they're feeling and seeing and experiencing during sex. And you take the time as an exercise to imagine yourself as your partner. And I think for many people, that is a wonderful starting exercise that you can do by yourself.
Right.
That'll really teach you things. Tell me if you really do it. Most people stop because it gets a little too weird.
Right.
You may not like what you're thinking.
Right.
But you're thinking about yourself.
Right.
You're imagining your lover being with you usually.
Yeah.
Unless you're freaking out during that moment.
That's right.
But I'm just saying that's a wonderful exercise to get in touch with someone that you love, is always imagine yourself as them.
Oh, absolutely. And I know, and the selfishness goes away. Now, look, I know a lot of the fellas, you guys are out there going, depending on your age, you're running too fast, you ain't got time to think like this. The time will come when it will get more important, and we're not trying to pull you in and say get into this big, deep mind meld thought process we're saying that most of our shows here is to go into metaphorically painting how sex can be interpreted by others, and for fun, we languish a lot of words about it. But at the same time, we still come down to earth and say, if you're not open to share yourself like this, see, for me, this is an expression that I get to enjoy. Why? Because if I can't do this here, it's all the more easier for me to do it with a lady, a woman, because I'm straight after the woman. That's just the way it is. So, man, I enjoyed the show. I wish we can cover more. I was going to go into a third one, but we're on a time limit, man. So if you have something to say,
I just want to say, Vic, it's amazing, again, the kind of videos that independent people are putting out there, like that pocket rocket piece, without being complicated or anything else.
Right.
Kara Sutra, we got to give it to her.
Yeah.
Because I think she did a wonderful job of taking a topic like that and breaking it down in a way that was comfortable and familiar. You go, girl.
Yeah.
You got a Pack Stereo thumbs up. Okay.
Yeah, right. And what works so much about that, Mario and I have an experience with somebody who actually was going down the road in that line of business. So we completely understand what she has attempted to do and bring forward, because there was a few years ago we knew somebody who basically was going in that direction, but some things happened in their lifestyle, and that was more important. Family's always more important. So we're going to sit back and say, hey, until next time, the ladies will be back. You may get a treat. We may have a double whammy. So Mario and I have to go back to our role playing. So, hey, man, in the meantime, I'm about to shake it out, man. Mario, you can say all you want to, but I'm going to bring them.
It's been so good and so uncut.
Yeah.
Let me go scratch my butt. I can't wait till next week. Girl, get some sleep. I see you.
Peace and hair grace. For those of you guys who don't use grease, just ignore us. It's an old term. You know, we go that way. So, man, in the meantime, Mario, thank you, my brother. We're going to go ahead. We'll see Stephanie Ray next time coming back. And we may even have DeVoe coming back to the show because she's been on some film projects and business endeavors. So until next time, peace.